So we have been discussing grading Pokemon cards, and today I have something very special that I truly believe in, and it is the Black Label Metrics grading tool. I already showcased Generation 1 on here. The founder of the tool went ahead, upgraded it, and created the Generation 2. This thing is phenomenal. I will show you guys exactly how it works, how I plan on using it. So let's get to it. All right, guys, welcome back. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. One thing I do want to point out is there will be a link below in the description. The founder of this tool made a link for myself. There's also going to be a code you could use to get free shipping. I really don't get anything from this, and I have no problem with it. I'm so happy to help this guy out. He is, like I said before, he is just one man trying to make it happen. And I would love to help him in whatever way I can. This is an amazing tool. I would not be showing off anything like this if I didn't honestly believe in it. I believe this guy has created something that is phenomenal and is the future of grading at home, right? This is the Black Label Metrics tool. This is Generation 1. I just wanted to show you guys how it has transformed. So there were a few people before when I showed it off, spoke about, zooming in for you guys a little bit, spoke about there's a gap here. There's some distance between this plastic and the, let me see if I can show you guys, the inside. You see there's a gap there. So I guess maybe they felt like if they looked at it at an angle, maybe they wouldn't get a proper reading, right? But let's forget about Generation 1. It was already great. It was amazing. I love the feel of it. Let's go to Generation 2. And it looks even better. Like just the looks alone, it looks sleek. It looks amazing, like crisp. Now the plastic, once you set it in, it's right up against it. You see it has no flex. I don't want to forget, if you had a Black Label Metrics tool Generation 1, you will get 10% off your Black Label Metrics Generation 2. Keep that in mind. Don't forget about that. It no longer sinks in to give you an even better reading of the card. And no, don't worry. Guys keep thinking that maybe this plastic up against the card is going to damage it. There's no way that plastic, flat surface of plastic, unless you have some kind of like dirt in it, like actual dirt, will scratch your card. It's not happening. So starting off, the way this works is you take out this piece with your finger like this. Actually, you're supposed to use this for the card, but I like doing it for both. And you sit the card right in here. And then you line it up. You line up the borders. You line up these black borders to the outside of the card. I'm gonna do my best here since I'm using the camera from above. It's harder to do it like this than it is just being in person. It's even easier to use in person, like way easier. And I have a few cards for you guys to see here. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit just so I can show you guys the cards that I'm gonna be using here. You can see my microphone to the left, ignore that. But I have a few cards I'm gonna be showing you guys so that you guys can see the differences. So these are some promos, leafeon promos I picked up. These are eevee promos I actually got myself from my ETBs. There's a Pokemon Center eevee there, and then Obsidian and a regular one. Sorry, this is a Obsidian Flames charizard. Luckily, me and my fiance pulled 2 of them, which was amazing. And so I'm gonna show you how cards look, under the grading tool and how you could use it and just maybe help you get better grades. And it seems like people actually have been getting better grades with this tool. And like I said, I believe in it. I'm not surprised. I think there are people who are surprised, but I'm not surprised. We're gonna start off first with the leafeon promo. And I will go ahead and sit it in here. And like I said, this is just flat plastic. It's not gonna damage your card. You drop it in just like that. Now it's sat in there. It barely has any room of play, but there's also an answer for that. If you think that it should be locked in there, first off, if you think it should be locked in there, you would risk damaging the card if you actually wanted to go ahead and lock it in that space like that. You'd be having trouble getting it in and out. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna zoom in for you guys. Zoom in. There's a bit of a shadow because of where I had the light. I don't wanna give you that glare. Let's stop it right there. All right, cool. So if you line up the card here to the borders, you line up the card to the borders here, the black outline, And you can see we're actually already there. And the tool actually comes with a sheet that tells you the ratios here. And you can actually go to their website to have the ratios there as well. But you can see here on this outside mark here, that first crisp line, which would be your number 1, is right up against that yellow line, which is great. But when you look on the other side, it's just off. It's more on the 2, is 1, 2. And I believe that ratio, was it 45, 55? I think that's what we're aiming for, right? So this card is rather close. I personally, because PSA has gotten tougher and just things keep getting tougher, there are things that I'm going to question, right? But look at how easy this is. You set it in, you can move this, that little bit of space you have in the playing the card, you actually have it here so that you can set that outside of the border right to the card. So that's how that works. That's one. You see this one here, that's not like perfectly aligned. And I purposely chose some duplicate cards that I have for you guys so that you can actually see how this works. So I'm gonna take this out, pop the card out. Oh, I just dropped my card. And let's go with the other Leafeon promo here. Beautiful Sword and Shield promo we got. So it's sitting in there, like I said before. Sorry, let me center that again. And show you the tool. And here we are. Once again, lining up the borders. And this is a card that I would have absolute confidence in. This is why I chose this one. I knew the other one was going to be a little bit off. This one is like perfect. It's just at that dotted line. It's just at that dotted line. Wait. Sorry, I moved it. There we are. Now you don't touch it. It's at that dotted line. It's pretty close. Oops, I just smacked the camera a little. Sorry. I feel like, okay. There we are. All right. So, once again, we're at that dotted, we're just off of the dotted line, closer to that line on this side, while also already touching that number 1 line on this side. This is a card this is a card that I'm gonna grade. I will be grading this card. And actually, if you watch my videos, remember this card. This card is actually gonna lead to another video you guys can see. I think it'll be a little interesting for you guys to see the card when you see it again. And there will be others that will be with it, and let's see, we'll work on it from there. So let's go. So there's my first Leafeon display for you guys. Now we're gonna move on to the eevee promos. Promo number 1. This is not as easy as it looks with a camera for you guys. In person, it's so much easier. You literally just stand right above it, but instead of me standing above it, the camera's right above it. So it's hard. I'm trying to do it with the camera view, with the angle of the light, giving me like a little bit of a shadow on this side, and I'm trying to look at the camera at the same time to make sure that I have this centered for you guys. But okay, here we are. So now we have the eevee promo here, and once again, just trying to make sure that I see that I'm lined up, and I'm only having a little bit of an issue with the shadow on the left side here. Hold on, let me just, but yeah. And don't be afraid, guys, don't be afraid to remove the top of it, remove the top, and move the card if you want to one side or the other. I'm actually gonna try to see what side it favors. I'm gonna favor one side, which I just slid it to the right there. And I'm gonna drop this piece in. And here we are. So you can actually see that black line, that shadow is bothering me on the left side trying to make this video. So yeah, you can see here that we have that number 1 line is actually a little off on the right side. There you go. So here we are. We have on the right side, we're on the number 1 line. Left side, we're just a tad bit off. We're like on the dotted line somewhat. And on the bottom, we're on the number 1, but up top, we're on number 2. So we have 1, 2, 1, 2, and you'll use those ratios with the charts. And yeah, man, I love this tool. I don't like the other ones where you just lay a piece of plastic on top. And I feel like you put the piece of plastic on top, now the card's moving around, you're moving the plastic around. It's just not not fun in my opinion. So that's eevee promo number 1. We had a 1-2 ratio on that one. Those are all always questionable to me. We're looking for an even 1-to-1 ratio or 2-to-2 or whatever it may land on if you are whatever card you're using on. Let's see if I can. All right. Now this is my Pokemon Center eevee Prismatic Evolutions promo. And we're looking like, let me see. There, that's the border. All right. And up and down, where are we up and down? All right. So this is looking pretty good to me. It's looking pretty promising. On the right side, we are a little off of the number 1. And we're on the number 1 on the left side. This looks great left to right. Up and down, it looks like we're just above the dotted line of number 2 and number 1. And on the bottom, it looks like we're on number 1. This one looks immaculate, and I'm so happy because it's my Pokemon Center promo. This looks sick. Like, I'm so happy. Like, this gives me so much more confidence, and I can just send something off with a little more ease. Clearly, we can't make any promises that something will come out as a 10. There's nothing like, you just hear so many stories, right? If you grade with PSA, you have people grading it, and people say that I guess it depends on the day. You like don't know who you're gonna get, and they may give you a 10, they may not. I actually recently saw a video of somebody saying they were claiming somebody else wasn't happy, like they were unhappy because the card seemed perfect, but they got graded a 5, and I forgot if that was PSA or not, but it was somewhere, something like that. But that's not what I want, which is why I'm leaning towards grading with tag, and it looks beautiful on top of that. So wait, right side border is lined up, left side border is lined up and down, it looks like we're lined up. Right side, we're on the number 1. Left side, it looks to me, this card was probably not a great choice with the lighting because the silver border kind of blends in with the gray, that gray terrestrialized stuff on the card. It's kind of blending in a little bit. But we have what seems to me is a 1-to-1 left to right and a 1 to like 1.5 up and down. This card looks like a 10. This is definitely a 10 contender. This is like, guys, this is how easy this is. Like, and the fact that I can use a tool like this and not risk, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I look at a card, I swear I've looked at a card one moment and looked at it the next, and next thing you know, I thought it was a 10, and then it doesn't look like a 10, and then now I'm questioning everything all over again. And this is the card without the tool. I think we can all agree the card looks absolutely perfect, and all these cards are actually like so clean. I pulled these cards myself. I double sleeved them, which I suggest you guys do too. I know you guys like to sleeve them and then they go in a top loader, but when you sleeve them and put them in the top loader, dust still finds its way in, and I don't like that at all. And all right, so we're on the other card, on the other Obsidian Flames Charizard, and let's see, border on the right side is good. Okay, up and down, we're on that. That's the card. Looks like there's a little room for the card to slide. You can move it a little bit. I did it right there. Actually, let's move it a little back down again. You can play around with this thing, set it how you want. Once you get it to that point where now we can see where I'm at, I'm set perfectly on the top border. And there you go. Top to bottom, I'm good. Left to right, I'm good. And now we can go ahead and read. We have a 1 on the right side, 1 on the left, 1 on the bottom, and a 1 and a 2 on the top. So we got 1 to 2 up and down. It looks like we have 1 to 1 left to right. You can actually see it nicely down here where it meets the line, because up here there's some glare and it kind of like blends in, but you can kind of tell that's the border there as well. But yeah, guys, this is how easy it is to grade with this tool. I absolutely love it. Like I said before, it's nice and sleek. I like to like pinch this bottom side here, lift up, and it kind of lifts the left side, and then I just take it off like that. Just in case you guys I keep taking it off camera. It's just so hard to do with this camera in the way. But yeah, put the finger through the hole, pop it out, just like that. Now, one thing I am going to show you guys is that I do actually double sleeve any card that I have value, that I give value to. I double sleeve. I get the snug fit. Is this the... This should be the snug fit one because it was the last card I put in. Yeah, look at how snug it goes in. It doesn't have any gap. It doesn't slide left to right. And that goes just in just like that. And I put the next sleeve on the bottom just like that. Oops, that was from the other Charizard. This should be the other one. It still feels still feel tough. Another. And now I'm just making mistakes left to right. Oh, because that's what I left it in the top loader. Look at that. So yeah, double sleeve it. I believe in that so much. You can see that this you can't really see it. There's dust inside of here. There's like a dot there that's like dust. Like it still finds its way in, but when I keep it like this, my cards stay extremely clean, and that matters to PSA. PSA will not be cleaning your cards, so keep that in mind when you want to take care of your cards as well. So this is how I'll be grading my cards when it comes to left to right and up and down dimensions. Eventually, I will be going to, I'll move on to maybe card care, because even though some cards like this Charizard, I pulled myself and right out the pack, it got double sleeved, the one in the top loader. There are cards like these that I didn't get myself. I ordered these on like TCG Player or eBay, and even though these look like there's not, I don't even see any scratches on the hollow here. Like whoever had these took really good care of them. But for the most part, when you buy cards off of anyone, off of an LGS, there's gonna be scratches. Like these look immaculate. Like I got lucky. But for the most part, you buy cards online, whether it be a vintage card or something like that, yeah, they come scratched on the hollow, and you're gonna want that clean when you send that off to PSA. PSA does value that, and you don't want to be sending off cards that are both dirty or scratched. So maybe I think I'm gonna do a video on that eventually when I finally get into the card care stuff and I learn how to do it, because it is skill based, I would say. It's not something that just anybody can just pick up and do. You can actually damage your cards that way. You should definitely look up videos, practice on a less valuable card, and then move on from there. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, man. I love this tool. I really, really believe in it. Yeah, don't forget, there's a link. There's going to be a link in the bio. There will be a code in the description as well for free shipping. This is not the right one. For free shipping, and you guys can use that to get your $5 off. All right, guys. Well, with that being said, like I said before, like, comment, subscribe. Be safe out there. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.